Hey, it is Saturday, October 18th, and we got the weekend review going. We're going to talk about Pip Logic and DSJ Exchange. So we are going to start out with what happened with Pip Logic. Shoot. On my last video, I was saying, hey, we better get 3 trades in, but they just stuck with one, and it was a big one. It was 2.88, so that's what we made this week. But they sent out a message that said, please note that we did not execute any trades today, and this was on Wednesday. And as gold continued to hit all-time highs and is currently consolidating near those levels, at this point the safest move is to watch from the sidelines and see how the rest of the week unfolds, because the volatility and uncertainty at this historical high, we may not execute any additional trades for the remainder of the week. And then the next day they said, hey folks, this still stands. We will resume trading on Monday due to the unprecedented and volatile movement of gold. And so here's the gold chart. And this is just my thinking, it's just, and I'm not some deep dive trader that just trades every day and all that kind of stuff. But this is like a perfect setup for bull runs. I mean, there's no... Anyway, so this is a strategy that works, like 85% of the time. If it's above the 200, then you're looking for any setup going above and going up bull, like buying and selling would be if it's below the 200. And then this is the 9 EMA or SMA. And so if there's a full candle close above the 9, then you put an order in. So like right there, and you put your stop loss down where you can, handle anything that comes down below this wick. And so then it'll come up, and this one right here dropped and went right here, but I mean, it didn't go down to there. It wouldn't have triggered your trade. And then it would have just rode it up until it has this drop that goes below the 9. So you could have sold right around here and made all that money right there. And then again, you're above the 200. Even though you're getting farther away from the 200, which kind of gives you a rubber band effect. But this came down all the way here, and then it's bouncing around, kind of consolidating, trying to see what it wants to do and which direction in the market. And then right here, one candle close above the 9. You get a buy in there. And this one came down. It didn't trigger down below this wick, though. And it goes, boom, it starts going up. And, ooh, it went down here, but it came back up and closed above. So you can even keep it consolidated here, or you could just sell it right there and have this big move. And then again, you can go over here and one candle close above, and this thing, it gave you a scare, because if you bought it right there, then there you put your your stop loss right there, and it goes up and you're like, all right, we're doing good. And then it had a heck of a day here, boom, but it still didn't hit your trigger. And then it just rode, look at that thing, boom. And so this is, I was trying to tell you that this is Tuesday and Wednesday right here, Wednesday and Thursday right here. Look at that, they could have caught a Thursday one, and they said, oh, we're staying out of the market. Anyway, these are setups that they should be seeing. And then look at this, double top, boom, boom. One candle close below. Of course, this. You could trade this if you're, more at risk, but you're still above the 200. So, the 85% usually goes down to about 60%. Anyway, but look at that nice move. If it was one candle close, you would have bought it right there, and then boom, and it came back up and hit the 9, and you get out. Anyway, it's getting me a little confused as far as the trading. I mean, they are very careful with our money. That's, I guess, what we can say, is that they're just being very careful. And I know I said I was going to let this one run, but there's just so many things to invest in. So I'm actually taking another withdrawal of 500. It's like a day later, I'm like, oh, I want to get into that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm waiting on this. I did this on Friday evening, and of course, even though it's the gold market and it's open, they still, I guess, are waiting until Monday to give me that withdrawal. Usually it's within 24 hours, but this has been over 24 hours now, about 24 hours right now. And they used to have it to where when you do your withdrawal, and I guess I can just go through that, when you do the action here and you click withdraw, you'd be able to put 500 in there and hit confirm, and it goes right into your wallet. But now it actually stays. I guess they have to verify that now. So they verified that. It took like a half a day. I'm like, why isn't it showing in my wallet? Because it would show in my wallet here. It would show up there, and then you go down here to the withdrawal and follow through with this whole thing with the withdrawal. And then once you get that in there, it says 24 hours from that time, and then from there until it comes out, it comes in this pending part on this right here, pending withdrawal. But still doing good. We got 2.88. I mean, that's amazing they did that in one day, and I just wish they would do it several days in a row. Anyway, there's that greed part of what I talked about before. You don't want to be greedy. So let's leave PamBridge behind and Pip Logic and go to our DSJ exchange. And we are looking pretty good on DSJ exchange. Actually always looks good on DSJ exchange because it's all green days and they trade every day, twice a day. So Pip Logic is all green days. They had like 2 that were negative as far as trades, but they put another trade in that same day and made up for it, and came out green day. There's always green days there too, but they're just like they follow the stock market and they do 2 or 3 times a week. So this one just is on fire because it just goes every day. Let's see. So here's my historical orders for the last 2.5 days. Looking really good. And so just so we see, the asset is at 8,640. And last week when I did my last Saturday weekend review, that was when I did my $3,000 withdrawal. And so last week it ended at 7,852. So if you take 8640 right there, 8640 minus 7,852, come up with $788 this week. If you divide that by your 7,852 times 100, looks like we got exactly 10%, well 10.03% for the week. Awesome week. And let's verify that with our calculator. So we're on the 18th, 10/18, 8692. So we're at 8640. So yeah, we're spot on. We're right there. Still on our goal, on target. And tomorrow is a payday. So anyone that's a tier 1 and up, you actually have to, they changed the rules on us. So now it doesn't just automatically go in your account. You have to actually do like a bond chat message to the professor and say, hey, I'm ready for my dividend, and he'll put it in there. So I guess those who aren't active and want to do this thing actively, as far as at least check bond chat every day, which is what you're supposed to be doing for the codes anyway, then yeah, they might miss out on their dividend. But if you just have to text them every 10 days to get your dividend check for the salary. All right, so we're on target with that. I'm loving it. I'm just gonna click off of that. I have received quite a few emails and questions about this whole setup here. The tutorials that I put on my description box below my videos has a step-by-step process on, first of all, setting it up using the DSJ link, and then you'll be able to register, and then it goes through all the different, in fact, let's go to one right now. So if you go right here, there's a playlist that is on the description. So this was the video that was with my withdrawal. Remember the live withdrawal just 2 videos ago? So if you go down to this, you don't even have to hit more, it's right there. But if you hit more, it has all the other links there. But this one right here says tutorial videos. You click on that and it brings up all the tutorial videos that you have. And so this is how to register with your account. This one is how to download the DSJ app. This one right here is the how to deposit into your DSJ account. Now there's 2 videos in between this. If you don't have money in the crypto space and you're trying to get on a crypto exchange like Coinbase or Binance or other ones like that. So there's 2 other videos, but that, you can look up how to deposit into Coinbase just on YouTube. Just ask YouTube and they would, there's tons of videos on how to set up your account with Coinbase. But if you have problems, just let me know and I'll put those other 2 videos. I'll send those to you via email. Then this one is how to set up bond chat and final activation. So this one's important because I have some people saying, hey, I signed up and what's your Telegram group? And I'm like, well, you have to get down to this part where before we do Telegram stuff, because you don't need the codes until you're all set up. And that keeps down on the scammers that just want to do it, real quick and try and get on someone's Telegram group just to cause all kinds of havoc in there in the group. This one right here is how to deposit into your DSJ account. And once you get that deposit in there, then you go to this tutorial here and it's how to set up bond chat. And in bond chat, you connect with and make friends with Elena and the professor, which is Stephen Beard. And once you connect with those 2, they'll do a final activation and then you'll be able to you're set on bond chat. And then when they set you up on bond chat, Elena will send me a message on bond chat and says, hey, you have a new guy in your group and he's ready to go and trades are here. And then also the bonus trades, she'll give you a message that says, okay, you're set to go, start trading tomorrow at tomorrow afternoon one. And she'll give you like the whole schedule, like your first trade and then 2 bonus trades that you get. And then your evening trade and then 2 more bonus trades. And then the next morning you get 2 more bonus trades. So yeah, it's, they set it all up for you and it's pretty nice. But you have to get to this point. So everyone that's emailing me, you just have to follow the tutorial progress here and then you'll be able to do it. And this one explains how to do the copy trade and the bonus trades. So that's a good one to watch. And if you're sharing it, this one tells you how to find your link. It's only like 2 minutes long on how to find your share link. But yeah, that's basically the rundown of how to get it to where you can start trading and start making some money. So that's kind of there was like 3 or 4 emails that I received that kind of was stuck on this part. So just go down to my description box. Don't even have to hit more unless you're on a phone and this is not showing. Then just hit more and then just click on that tutorials and follow along. Very good. All right, so let's not get this too long of a video, but just, the last couple of days I broke 100 P&L again, 105 P&L every day. I'm earning 105 bucks and getting ready for another withdrawal on the 11th of November of about 3,000 bucks. We'll see if 3,000 is all I take out. We'll see, but we're definitely in the green. I started with 2,500 and I've already taken out 4,000 total, and it's already almost quadrupled that money again. So we're looking good on both of these and excited to see the future here. And Pip Logic, I'll let you know next time I have a video, like in the middle of next week, if how quickly that came out. It should be just Monday morning it should pop. Last time it was real early in the morning when I did it on the weekend. Even before I woke up, it was like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Came in. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. See ya.